G'day. Today I'm going to show you how to make a quick fill button in the actions list to quickly fill figures and have a quick starting off point to get your figures started. Okay, so basically I want to turn this into a line art, because now at the moment it is a line art, but we want to separate the lines from the background, which will make it easier to do things. So we'll start by, okay, I've already started. Okay, delete that. Okay, so we'll start by creating a new action. So this is my actions folder here. Okay, so, and this is all my actions. So make sure you don't click on an action. First you want to click on the folder. Okay, so I'm not sure it's a way telling how to different. So the folder has got the little icon, so you don't want to click on these little ones with the arrow. That is an action. Okay, so I'll click on the folder where my actions are stored and click on plus. So name this something logical. You might come up with something more logical. Color fill figure. And click record. Now we're ready to go. So one thing, we've got to make sure that our line art, there's no gaps in it. Okay, otherwise it won't work correctly. Okay, so I already know that there's no gaps in this. I suppose the way of testing it's working, once you've got the button done, you'll find if there's gaps or not. Okay, so we're recording. Okay, for this action here, the light's on down there. So now we've got to convert this to a smart object. Okay, and double click. Now this part of the process, we're converting the figure and separating it into line art. So there won't be no background, it'll just be black lines. Okay, so first thing we do is image mode grayscale, discard. Okay, channels, and press Control. Now click on this. So it'll select all the white. Okay, so we want to select all the lines. So select inverse. Okay, now we've got all the lines selected. Now we have to create a new layer. So we just click this button down here and edit, fill, black. So black must be selected. It can be white, but black's easier to see. Okay. So now we've essentially separated it out, but we don't need this layer here. Just so that the program works well, we have to select this layer. Now, the layer in your particular case might be called something else. So if I just click this and keep recording, if you called it something else, it won't know which layer to pick. So we've got to change layers without clicking on here to pick that layer. So we just want to tell it to select the layer below. So if I hold down Alt and press the square brackets, it'll select this layer here, because essentially what we're going to do is hide this layer. Okay, so turn it off. Now we press Control S to save it. Okay, now because we don't need this anymore, we'll go File, Close. So let's close that window, and it's gone back to the original artwork. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll rename this layer here. So that's what I'll do. So layer, rename, and to make it easier to see, 5, Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now we've got that done. Now we want to fill this. Okay, so now I've already got this set up so it works. So up here, tolerance is set to 0, point sample, so make sure that's selected. Okay, now want to pick an area, most likely where there's not going to be any lines. Okay, so up in the corner here. So what I'll do now is I'll inverse that selection. So I've used this tool, the magic wand, and clicked here. So I'll invert this selection, select inverse, and select modify and contract. Okay, now I'll show you why. Right, now this selection is just on the border. Okay, so I want this selection to be inside this line. Okay, so what I need to do is select, modify, contract 1 pixel. So now that's put it roughly inside. Okay, I generally find 1 pixel to be the sweet spot. Okay, so now we're ready to color. So we create a new layer. So if I new layer and call this black fill. Figure mask. Okay. Now I want to fill black. Make sure it's set to black. Okay. Perfect. Now, because there's an action, I want this to be down here. Okay. Below the line. So if I go to, we'll go to layer, arrange, send to back. Okay, now it's below the lines. Okay, so I don't need this selection anymore. Control D. So now what I need is a new layer. And call this a color skin base. Okay, so I want that to be a clip mask. So you can hold down Alt and left click. Okay, this is an action. I want to make sure I get what result I'm after. So go layer. Okay, create clipping mask. Okay, the reason I'm doing that because just in case, if actions can be buggy if you've got different names. Okay, so you've got to do it a certain way. So that's why I'm using up here instead of clicking here, and just in case you've named it something else. Okay, now we've got that. I click on here and go solid color, and then just pick your color. How easy was that? Okay. Now it's added an extra step. Well, shouldn't it? No, it hasn't. So this is my history, so I can see what the last step was, and this is my actions list. So the last one is that. So all we pretty much have to do now is press stop. Now I usually like to have it in button mode. Okay. Now, if you want that button to be a certain color, so what is it? Right click. Nope, double click. Oh, you got to click off the name. Okay. Color. There you go. Button mode. Now, see. Okay. Now this is not going to work because we've got gaps, but just to show you that this is working. Okay, so it's going to fill up to here. Maybe I'll just draw on there to show you, because I know there's a gap there. Don't worry about this. Maybe we should use black. Okay. Now if all goes well, it should kill these lines, make all those layers, and fill this with sort of an orangey color. Okay, let's test her out. There we go. We've got a layer, we've got a figure separated, line separated, into 3 separate layers, lines. Now, why would you say that I'd do it this way and then just not fill that instead of filling it black? I should just fill it the color I want, orange or whatever the color may be. Well, the reason I do it this way is now I can click on here. I'm not quite sure I like the color. Maybe it should be blue. Okay, orange. Okay. Or, oh bugger, I noticed there's a gap here. Okay, so if I go like that, select, modify, oh cancel, select, modify, expand, okay, 1 pixel, delete off here. Okay, now we've corrected that. Or if I just go here with the eraser tool, okay, I can still now, okay, change the color very quickly. So that's how you make a button, a quick button fill tool action for Photoshop. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day.